Alright. Shalom, Akums. First and foremost, let's give our praise, honor, and glory. Be unto God, the Father, and His Son, Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. Double honor to those and apostles over their great millstone, ruler, and time of truth. And a sincere salutation be unto the brethren pushing His word through truth and sincerity, risking their life and freedom to do so. Alright? I'm the brother BARAK coming back over with another one to the spirit of Yahawashi. And yeah, man, through the spirit I just wanted to go into basically do a in transit concerning this lesson. This topic that it's kind of funny, low key. The reason why I say that is because Jake's rising up, man. Alright? Jake's rising up. Alright? And examples of that is what I'm going to get into in a second. Particular Benjamin, tribe of Benjamin, man, over there in Jamaica. And it's not even just it actually is just Benjamin that I've researched and seen. It's kind of funny because, these Edomites, they're actually, in particular, I believe it was St. Lucia. Okay, it was St. Lucia, and it was Jamaica. Okay, the one in Jamaica was, these governments, man, this is why we always try to tell y'all, man, Jake may have these countries and stuff, but they're not the one running it. Okay? Alright, it's locking the sun's in the camera. Jake may have these countries, like Mexico, Uruguay, Peru, and they have the islands like Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, Dominica, Barbados, But the people who really run that, okay, is these goddamn fucking Edomites, man. Okay, it's these Edomites, alright? And basically what they're doing is they're making only white resorts and Chinese only resorts, because a lot of them heathens, they like to migrate to those places and profit off of the tropical beaches, the resources that they have down there. You know what I mean? And personally, I went down there too. Okay, and you should see the amount of like Elamites and Moabites, Ammonites down there. Okay, and they all have their businesses and they're they're a little stush or whatever, but it's all good. Because this is what the Lord was talking about, even here in America, man. All right, there's been a rise in Esau basically speaking out, And what I mean by speaking out, man, he's getting more bolder, he's just calling you an N-word to your face. I don't know if you guys know about Chud the Builder incident and all that. Hey, man, okay? Esau's getting more bold, man. He's trying really truly trying to go back to the old ways, out in the open with his racism and all that. Okay? But Jake ain't having none of it, man. Jake's fed up with that shit, all right? Basically, what's happening on those resorts is that, they're making only white resorts and only white beaches and try to, I don't know if it's called gentrify. The word is gentrify, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if the word is gentrify, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But that's what they're doing over there, man. Okay? That's what they're doing over there. Okay? They're not even, they're not hiding it no more, man. Okay? And Jake's fed up with that shit, man. Okay? Because how you gonna come all the way from, you're gonna come all the way from the UK, you're gonna come all the way from America, Australia, you already know these Western Edomites, man. And then they go over to where Jake's at. They're the same ones that'll be, openly racist and shit. But then you're gonna go over to where Jake's at, try and overrun where they're at, and then, you know what I mean? This shit's kind of funny. Alright. This shit's just funny, man. Alright? This shit's hilarious. And Jake's over there burning up them hotels, man. Okay, which is just a prequel to what's going to happen, because even over here in America, like the scriptures say, Judah's a lion's whelp. Who shall raise him up? Okay, I ain't even got to really read the scripture, man. Brothers already going to know what I'm talking about. Okay, Judah is a lion's whelp. Who's going to raise him up, man? Okay, Judah, not even just Judah. Okay, and I even kind of referenced that in the sit-down that I did about these Edomites, man. They're scared to basically revolt against their own country. Okay. Alright, but this is where a lot of that these civil war topics and race war topics are coming from, because really and truly, these guys, they got the heart in them, man. Okay, Jake done been through this 50 gazillion times. Revolting, standing up, protesting, all that, man. Defying all odds, you know what I mean? Okay, you guys can literally go Google search right now. It's probably on YouTube. Okay, the residents in the West Indies, aka the Caribbean islands, they're raising up, man. They're tired of that shit, man. Okay, which they've been doing that for decades, but it's just getting out of hand to where it's like y'all are buying up them beaches over there, and y'all the same people that, you already know how East Side these other nations are, man. They hate Jake. They'll get in their press conferences. They'll they'll basically sit there and say, oh yeah, we hate black people this, black people that. They'll make certain remarks and comments and shit. But then y'all gonna go over to where Jake's at, try and take up or occupy space and say they're not allowed. The people who live there are not allowed. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny, man. Okay, but Jake's rising up, man. Jake's burning down them hotels. Okay. All right, even over there in South Africa too. All right, some of them are Jake's, but not all of them, man. Okay, but Ham is even tired of that shit too. A lot of them farmers are fighting with the residents over there. Okay, so it's just a global thing, man, where a lot of these Edomites, all right, whether they have wealth, whether they, as a community, are moving as a whole. Okay, I even did a video last year about how a lot of Americans, okay, Edomite Americans, they're basically moving over there to Mexico. Okay, they're moving over there to Mexico, buying houses, living over there. They're selling all their stuff over here in America, and they're going over there to Mexico. Okay, that was a whole nother situation as well. Okay, all right, because you already know a lot of these countries, these islands and all that, they're cheaper to live. Okay, they're more poorer, so their money stretches and goes a longer way. Jake ain't having none of that shit. Okay, and Jake's usually chill too. Until you want to be all weird and shit. You want to come out here, say you're not allowed, you're raised. You already know how they move, man. You already know how the Edomites move, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Numbers chapter 23 verse 24. It says, behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion. Okay, Jake's gonna rise up, man. Okay, even over here in America, man, Jake's gonna rise up. And there's other tribes over here in America too. There's Benjamin, there's Levi, there's Judah, and even amongst the tribes, we got our beef or whatever, because the tribes are just weirded out, man. Ultimately, it's the curses. We know that. Okay, the curses are on all the tribes, so we all don't beef with each other. But Jake's gonna wake up, man. Jake's gonna wake up. The Lord's gonna put the spirit on Jake to be like, yo, why the hell we fighting each other? We should be fighting these Edomites, man. Okay? Alright? And you Edomites too, you're gonna get caught up in Jacob's trouble as well, man. Okay? Not even just Edomites, all these other nations, they're gonna get caught up in Jacob's trouble as well. Okay? You're gonna get jacked up in the process as well, man. It's not just gonna be Jake. Okay? These Edomites ain't gonna be hiding out and shit, man. Really and truly, what's gonna happen is Jake's probably gonna run up in them suburbs, man. Okay? Jake's gonna run up in them suburbs and all that. Okay? Because that's really what Jake's itching to do. Okay? Jake's itching to do that shit. And y'all can watch the videos online, like, Jake will be chilling, caring, oh, do you live here? Jake's tired of that shit, man. Alright? When I watch those videos, it's just funny, man. I'm just like, yo, what the hell is going on? But Jake's tired of that shit, man. It says, and lift himself up as a young lion. Okay? He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink of the blood of the slain. Okay? And there you go. Okay? Them days are over, man, where Jake's just chilling out. Jake, I'm telling you, man, just pay attention to that Chug the Builder situation, because a lot of them Edomites, they're getting more brave. They're just weird, man. They come up to you and ask you some weird-ass questions, and they get all bent out of shape when they know their women, the Edomite women, are dealing with Jake. They get all bent out of shape and shit, man. They'll be like, oh, what race do you like the most? All these weird-ass questions, man. Esau's a weirdo, man. I'm telling you. Through the spirit, we already know, but Esau's a freaking weirdo, man. That dude's a weirdo. He's too obsessed with Jake. Not even just the southern kingdom, like the so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, but the northern kingdom too. Mad obsessed, man. He's weird. Alright? And Jake's peeping that shit too. Everyone's peeping that shit. Okay? Everyone's peeping how weird Esau is, man. He's just a weirdo. And these people are gonna start to, they're gonna start to bulk up more and more. They don't want to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? They don't want to deal with that shit, man. Alright? But yeah, man, I was just watching that video, okay? And the residents, or we could call them the locals of that land, the natives, okay? They're over there freaking trying to ban them from their own beaches and shit, man. That's when Jason starts to get fed up. You know? You guys can go Google it. I obviously can't show a video, but you guys can search it on YouTube. You can go on Instagram, TikTok, you can watch the videos there. Okay? The whole outrage about that shit. They're doing the same thing to them Hamites. Okay? The Edomite farmers that were moving to South America and buying up them lands and shit, they were there trying to ban ham from their communities. They're trying to make how you move to Asia, make a white only community. You know what I'm saying? And Esau has a history of when people come over here and they try to make their own communities. When they try to make their own communities, they don't let it. They burn it down. You know what I'm saying? They burn it down, they bomb it. Esau has a whole history of that shit, man. Okay? So these people are starting to get fed up with these Edomites, man. Okay? And it's all a prequel, and it's all heading to what we've been trying to tell you guys with the race wars. There's going to be civil wars, and there's going to be race wars here in America. Okay? Okay, and a lot of them Edomites that have moved out of America, it's too expensive. You move to, what's it called? You move to, what's that called? Mexico, Asia, Philippines, Jamaica, Barbados. A lot of Edomites are in those places, man. Okay? A lot of Edomites are in those places. Yo, a lot of them Edomites going to get jacked up, man. Okay? We already showed you guys the notion and the stereotypes that comes of being American and traveling. Okay? A lot of people are finding out, oh, you're American. Oh, they think you're entitled off the bat. They ain't really jacking that stuff, man. They don't really like it. You know what I mean? But this is all the beginning. Okay? This is all the beginning to what we're trying to tell you guys. Okay? When all hell breaks loose. You're not going to really want to be an Edomite in that day. Okay? Not even in your own country. Okay? A lot of Edomites, these governments, they're immigrating a lot of Elamites, which are so-called East Indians. Okay? A lot of Filipinos. Alright? Right? They're integrating a lot of Africans. So you already know what's popping, man. Okay? This is Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. It says, "Go are by battle axe and weapons of war." Okay, this speaks about the Lord and his people. Okay, because also we know that spiritual power is coming, which that's an entirely different lesson. Okay? I want to get into that. But I'm probably gonna save that lesson for camp tomorrow. Okay? I'm gonna save that lesson for camp tomorrow, man. Alright? Yeah, man, these Edomites don't know what the hell's popping, man. They don't know what to expect. And really and truly, they're scared. Okay? You can hear how they talk about Jake all the time. Because they know if we were to trade places and Jake got the history of you abusing them, robbing, okay, pillaging them, destroying their community, man, what do you think is going to happen when the roles are reversed? And it's not even just Jake, but these other heathens too. Okay? What do you think is going to happen when these other heathens as well, they're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? What do you think will happen? What do you think is going to happen when there's a shift of power? You know? Right? It says, "With thee I will break in pieces the nations." Okay? Alright? The Lord, okay? The Lord is going to give his people that power back, man. Because really, truly, the curses are being pushed onto these other heathens, man. Okay? If y'all are really paying attention, there's a lot more poor Edomites, can't get a job. Okay? That's the curses. Okay? The curses are starting to slowly but surely. Hey, man, Jake, we already used to this shit. We already used to having low-end jobs, working 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Driving the beat-up cars. We used to that already, man. You know who's not used to that? Esau, man. Esau's not used to that. Okay? So Esau's scared that, hey, man, if there's a power shift or power dynamic where, you know, let's say so-called Mexicans or Latinos, they start getting more power. You know? So-called Negroes start getting more power. What do you think is going to happen, man? When y'all have a history of abusing those people, okay? And not even just them, man. Middle Easterns, okay? People from the Middle East. Iranians, Palestinians. What do you think is going to happen, man? Hey, man, I'll even go as far as saying this. Even in the kingdom, we're going to have taskmasters, okay? You know, we're going to set up these other nations, because these other, like, we're going to set up the Japhites, the Hamites, man. We're going to give them a little spiritual power. They gonna have their way with you too. Okay? And they're gonna like it too. They're gonna jack your ass up too, man. We just gonna sit there and just be entertained. Okay? Because I'll tell you this too, a lot of these other nations, man, they don't mess with Esau like that. They do it because of the opportunity, you know, to develop better their countries and all that. But really, truly, deep down, they don't like Esau, man. They know they can't trust that dude. You know what I'm saying? All right. It says that with thee I will destroy kingdoms. Okay. And right now, this kingdom's slowly but surely being destroyed because, hey, man, we don't even physically gotta put, you know, we don't even gotta get carnal. We don't gotta fight y'all or nothing. Okay, we just gotta put the truth out there, which is what we've been doing. We've been doing the videos. We're going out there and teaching. Okay, the more we do that, is the faster the elect wakes up, and the faster these prophecies are gonna come into fruition, man. We don't gotta fight y'all, man. We don't gotta put hands on you. We don't gotta fight you. We don't gotta do none of that stuff, man. We don't gotta do none of that. Okay, that carnal way is Esau, where Esau gotta go in your country. You gotta create some false flag of that. Oh, you wrote a plane into my building, you know, he gotta lie on you, he gotta fucking, you know, basically bear false witness, and he can go up in your country. Yo, man, people remember, man, people don't forget. Okay, people don't forget, man. Okay, and that's one thing, man. People remember when they're down and you keep kicking them, you keeping them down, you kicking them down. Jake remembers that, Ham remembers that, Moab remembers that. That's why even Moab's more prideful. He's sitting up there every time Trump come over there to the meetings. They're all prideful. Okay, because they got the power now too. He got ICBM missiles too. He got an army too, and he got allies too. So what's happening now? You know. All right, but I just wanted to make a video on that, man. These people are fed up with Esau, man. Esau be moving into their countries and set up his own communities, and then he talk about, oh, you can't come over here. You know, people are tired of that shit, man. They're tired of that shit. There ain't nobody else doing that. Okay? You see Moab tried to do that shit. That shit got cut right off, man. Benjamin went over there and burned down the fucking the resort. Burned down the resort. You should hear how the workers are treated on the resort, because the native, the locals, which are Jamaican, you know, Trinidadians, they're the ones working on those resorts that are owned by the Edomites, and they're treated like shit. Okay? Alright? So it's only a matter of time, man. Because all hell's going to break loose in those countries and those places too. And you don't think they're going to remember how those Edomites were treating them, man? It's only a matter of time, man. Alright? We give all praise and glory to the Father, the Son, Yahawashi, and Sham. Until next time, I can say shalom.